You know, I recorded this twice, actually. Deleted both. Figured I'd just send it. You wouldn't have to look at me, and I could hide behind my blanket and pretend you never heard it. But no, here I am, sitting on the edge of your bed, like some awkward narrator who doesn't know where to start. You're really warm, by the way. Your room's freezing, but somehow you still radiate like a space heater. How unfair. Don't worry, I'm not gonna wake you all the way. I don't know. I wanted to say hi, check on you, make sure you're okay. Well, not that you tell me if you weren't. You always get quiet when something's wrong, but not the normal quiet. That tired, distant quiet. You know what I mean? Anyway, you looked like that earlier, so here I am. And yeah, okay, maybe I also missed you a little. Not like you were gone or anything. Just, I don't know, you felt far. You still feel far, even when you're this close. That ever happened to you? Like someone's right next to you, but something's floating in between? I told myself I'd keep it short. In and out, quick visit, no spiraling. Yet, here I am. I had a whole thing planned, like a little speech. It sounded better in my head. Everything always does. You're blinking slower. That's how I know it's starting to hit you. The sleep, the heavy-lidded nod. You're trying to stay awake, though. That's kinda cute. You don't have to, you know? I'm not here for a response. Not really. I just wanted to be here, next to you, tonight. That's all. You're almost asleep, aren't you? I can tell. Your breathing's different. Slower, heavier. You're still trying to pretend you're listening, though. That's so like you. Trying to be polite even when your eyelids are losing the fight. I could poke you right now, and you wouldn't move. Tempting, but I won't. This once. Honestly, I'm kinda glad that you're drifting off. Because it means I can talk. You're not really here enough to interrupt or tilt your head and give me that look. That makes all my thoughts dissolve into mush. You don't know what it's like, having all these words jammed up in my chest, like traffic that never clears, and every time I try to say something that matters, it just gets stuck. So maybe this is better. You half asleep, me whispering into the dark like it won't echo later. I feel less stupid this way, less exposed. Even though I'm literally sitting in your room next to your actual face. Go figure. I used to rehearse this, you know, in my head. What I'd say, how I'd say it, all the clever ways I'd make it sound casual, cool, not a big deal. But every time I got close, you'd say something dumb or smile at me like an idiot, and the entire sentence would fall apart. So I stopped trying and started recording voice messages like some coward, and then I delete them, every single one. Like if I kept erasing the evidence, maybe the feelings would go with them. Spoiler, they didn't. I'm glad you're not fully awake right now. Not because I want to hide. Okay, maybe a little. But mostly because I wouldn't make it through this if you were actually looking at me. You always listen so well. It's annoying. I mean, it's nice, but annoying because it makes everything feel real, too real. But right now, you're barely here, and that makes it easier because this way it's just me and the dog and your sleeping face. No judgment, no pressure, just truth. I think about things I never say. A lot. It's basically my hobby at this point. I write them down sometimes and then delete them. Or I record them and then erase, rinse, repeat. You've probably gotten I don't know, 10 different versions of this conversation that you never even heard. Congratulations. You're haunted by ghost messages. And you just keep being nice to me, smiling, laughing at my dry half-jokes, letting me exist near you without asking for more. That's kinda rare, you know? Most people need noise, need talking, but you let me be quiet, and somehow I never feel invisible. You never made me feel like I had to fill the silence. I don't think you even know how big that is, how rare that is. For someone like me, you don't ask for confessions. You don't push for honesty. You just sit there, warm and steady, and infuriatingly kind. And it made me want to say things, real things, like this. Now, I used to think I was broken, not in some big, dramatic way, just like there was something missing in how I connect to people. Something slow, something clumsy, something too quiet. But with you, I don't know. Things got easier. Not simple, but easier. Like I could stumble through the silence and you'd still hear me. That's what you do. You listen, even when I don't speak. I think that's why I started falling for you. Not all at once, just slow, gradual, like warmth creeping in from the edges until suddenly everything's bright and you don't remember how cold it used to be. I never told you. Of course I didn't. I didn't want to ruin anything Didn't want to make you look at me differently. Didn't want to lose what we already had. But I'm tired. Not of you. Never of you. Just of holding it in. And you're asleep now, so you can't stop me. Lucky you. You're not gonna remember this, are you? Not the way I said it. Not the way my voice got shaky on that last part. You just wake up, rub your eyes, yawn like a cat, and wonder why your blanket smells like my shampoo. And I'll say something dumb like, "Oh, you were snoring, so I threw a sock at you and left." And you'll laugh, and I'll pretend like tonight never happened. But I'll remember. I will. I'll remember every word I managed to get out before fear could swallow it. Every shaky breath, every pause, every second you didn't interrupt. I'll remember sitting here in your room with the light from the hallway barely touching your face and thinking I could stay here forever. You always make things feel safe, even when I'm a complete emotional disaster. You fall asleep so easily, like the world doesn't press on you the way it presses on me. Or maybe it does, and you're just better at carrying it. Or maybe you feel safe too. Maybe that's why you let go so quickly when I'm around. I like that thought. It probably isn't true, but I like it anyway. Because if there's even the smallest part of you that rests better when I'm near, then I've already won more than I ever hoped for. So yeah, you'll probably forget. This will fade into the soft blur of sleep and never make it into your daylight memory. But I'll remember that I said it, that I stayed, that I wasn't afraid just this once. And even if it meant nothing to you, it meant everything to me. You're completely held now. I can tell. That little shift in your breath, that soft way your hand moved just once, like you were reaching for something in a dream. I could leave now. You wouldn't notice. You'd wake up tomorrow and think I just left early like always. But I'm still here. And I'm not ready to go. Not yet. I was going to stop there. Really. Just say what I needed to say and let it be enough. But the room is too quiet now, and I don't want this moment to end without telling you everything. Not hints, not almost, not maybe someday, just everything. So here it is. I like you. That's it. No clever phrasing, no soft detour. I just like you. You don't have to say it back. You don't even have to know. In fact, maybe it's better if you never do. If this just lives here, in the quiet between your dreams and my voice. Because it's real, even if you never say a word. Even if you forget, even if this night disappears like all the others. You matter to me, more than I ever planned, more than I ever admitted, even to myself. So sleep, just sleep. Let me be the quiet beside you. Let me stay a little longer, just for tonight, just while the world feels soft and your face looks like peace. Let me pretend this is enough, that sitting here beside you with my heart too full to hold in is okay. Because even if you forget, I'll remember. And if this is the only time I ever say it out loud, then at least I finally did.